If you hear anyone singing in the background, that would be Aiden. He's got his headphones on in the living room singing to something right now.
My kid likes to swing in the backyard and like sing at the top of his lungs as if all the neighbors can't hear him. So cute. I can hear him through the door.
He does harmonics too, and I'm like he's just like, yeah, I know. Like he's just doing like little like noises. I'm like, maybe he's lamenting. Kids are so
the
cute.
state of the world.
Like the frequencies that kids can hit too with their sound, their pitches.
I know, they can.
So high pitched, my brain twitches. Like
you can bring voice sopranos up really, really high. You're not supposed to, but you, as a former voice teacher, but you know, you can.
Oh, bless
Hi,
you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Hi, David. Nice to see you, bud. Hi, Adriana. How are you, love? Hi, Amma. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Summer. Hi, Lori.
Hi, guys.
How is
lots of you?
Oh, this tastes so good today. I'm drinking chai with oat milk. It's so good right now. It's so good because it's cold.
I know. Very cold water.
So nice to have something refreshing. It's been really hot. How about you? Where are you at?
Oh my gosh, it's so hot. Like I can't handle it. I'm in Tennessee.
Heat dome that they're talking about, huh? Too.
Yeah, it is really hot here. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Hi, Pauline. Hi, Shakti. Hi, Frankie.
And there's bugs. We don't usually have bugs. I mean, we have bugs. It's Tennessee. We got all kinds of bugs, but we don't usually have biting bugs all the time. You know, usually it's pretty.
Yeah. That time of year.
Yeah.
Good morning, Bernadette. Hi, Chantal. Hi, Ray. Nice to see you. Hi, Cara.
Oh, nice. Hi, everybody.
Michelle went to the beach yesterday. Nice, Michelle. I'm going to the beach tomorrow. I'm going to Atlantic City tomorrow.
Fun. Going to the boardwalk.
Going to the boardwalk, and I'm going to go river tubing.
There's a river. I love tubing. Oh my gosh, that sounds so fun.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You better put on lots of sunscreen.
Exactly. I bought some organic, all natural sunscreen just for this trip.
Perfect. You know, I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
I've got like 10 tubes of it. I can never find it. And I'm always like, buy a new one.
Raining. We haven't had rain in like 2 weeks here.
Yeah, we've had to water, which sucks. I hate watering.
I've been lugging buckets. It's been rough. It's been really, really dry. All my poor trees are even looking kind of sad right now.
I tried to pay my kid to water the lawn, and then when he realized like how extensive that was, like that you can't just like put a little water, he was like, "No, it's okay."
And like out there like a cup to help. I'm lugging buckets. He's got like a little 8-ounce cup like to water. I'm like, oh, that's the thought that counts.
Oh my gosh, Michelle says a sinkhole opened up. Sinkholes freak me out.
I saw that sinkhole, Michelle, because it's in the same town that your organite is named after. And I thought, as soon as I saw the name of the town, I said, oh, but I bet you that's close to Michelle. And sure enough, I forgot to ask. And yep, I saw that. That's a big sinkhole too. It was like 50, 60 feet deep. Has that been getting bigger around it? Because it was really cool, actually. I like looking at sinkholes because I think they're really neat, but they're scary.
Oh my gosh, there's one right outside my mother-in-law's building, like next to it, the windows. And I'm just like, I mean, shouldn't like maybe evacuate? I don't know. This seems unsafe. I don't want to go in. And they're, you know, they're elderly people, so no one cares. They're like, we're going to fill it in.
Tornadoes and the storms that have been really crazy too. I've been watching a lot of footage about crazy storms that are happening. I mean,
because they said the ocean's too hot because of weather modification.
Yeah. They're messing with all kinds of stuff right now. And you know what else is also interesting? These energies, these frequencies are rapidly changing too. I was doing clearings this morning, and we did a clearing on a medium. Who's a young medium who is just, starting to realize her gifts. And one of her questions was like, why me? Why is this happening now? And her soul guides, they said it's because the veil is thinning so rapidly.
I've seen
They
that.
said everybody is going to start seeing these things. It's not you. She was like, why me? She's like, because I don't want to see all of these things. And they're like, honey, this is going to be what everybody sees soon.
That's what they're saying, that everyone's mediumship is opening up, and it should be opening up a great deal in the next year. Yeah. That's what my guides say.
It's really intense, they said. The soul guides are explaining the veil is thinning faster than it has ever thinned before.
So exciting.
I know, right?
I think I literally saw and touched a fairy yesterday. I'm not kidding. I was talking to my friend, and there was this little silver thing, and it was like, and it wasn't a bug. We were inside, and it was doing all this, and we were like, is that a fairy? And then it disappeared. I was like, I don't know. It was silver, and it was flying up and down.
I've heard of silver fairies.
Yeah, there are silver fairies. I have one on my deck. And it was, I was like, we were like, was that a fairy? Like, we all saw that, right?
I saw one once, and then I said something. I was like, that couldn't be. And Aiden goes, did you see that fairy? And I was like, okay, maybe it was.
You know, kids can see them.
I saw a fairy. And he's like, no, they saw it too. And I was like, okay, I'm not crazy. Good.
How old is Aiden?
10? He's 8.
8. Oh, yeah, he'll still see it. Then he'll tell you that nothing exists. That's a fun stage. I'm still deep in it.
He'll even get a chance to get to that stage, considering how rapidly the veil is thinning.
That's true.
You know, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to have a rude awakening soon, especially the people that are non-believers in anything spiritual. It was funny the other day, my ex-sous chef messaged me because I used to work as a chef, and he messaged me and he's like, I've had some really weird shit going on in my life. And I was like, really? Do tell. And he started to tell me, and I'm like, you're going through a spiritual awakening. And he goes, really? And I'm like, yeah, this is what this is about. Like, this is what's happening to you. He didn't understand any of it. Like,
I've had calls like that. Like, I don't know what's happening, but I see your videos.
I had a strong urge to talk to you, to message you, and to tell you about this. And I'm like, I did a clearing on him, and then I asked this guy, they're like, yeah, we sent him to you. Like, he is going through spiritual awakening, and it's why we sent him to you. Like, wow.
That's cool.
I know.
I get those calls too, like from people I haven't talked to in a long time, who I'm like, you know, I'm sure people are like, what's happening now? Rachel's a medium. Like, I don't know that they should be surprised.
Well, everybody's going to be medium soon. That's the whole point, you know? This is something that we should have all been naturally doing for a long time.
It's really important to open it up, because you need to be able to talk to your guides. It's very, very important to do that. Yeah, clear your pineal gland, as Andrew's saying. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the pineal gland that's filled with chlorine and things like that, fluoride that can really mess you up. You gotta clear it out. I have a free pineal gland clearing on my blog at soundwaveschool.com.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a video and then directions and things like that.
Cool. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll just drop that now then.
Let me see if I can find the exact link.
You said that's on your website.
Yeah, it's on the blog.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll find the link for you if you want. There's a search on my blog.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Mike, I know, I understand that my site is huge.
Andrew says that's why I use fluoride toothpaste. No, fluoride calcifies the pineal gland.
Right,
fluoride
you do not want so much.
That's better. I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's what my blog post is fluoride blocking your intuition.
A lot of people think that toothpaste is the #1 place to get fluoride, but it's actually not. It's our drinking water. It's in beer. Beer has the highest concentration of fluoride than anything else. Did you know that?
No.
And out of all the beers, and I got quite offended by this when I found this out. Guinness has the highest concentration of fluoride in all beers too.
No.
Yeah, and I was like,
where's it come from?
Sam Guinness is rolling in his grave. He used to be such a perfectionist about his water. He spent the equivalent, I think the modern equivalent of like $2 million trying to bring flowing fresh water from the mountains. So just so he could make his beer with fresh mountain spring water.
Oh,
and now
gosh.
they're all like, yeah, city water with fluoride's fine. You know, like there's no way that he's appreciating that in the afterlife. Jeez.
Well, wow. So there's a positive side being gluten allergic, less fluoride.
Yeah.
Oh, they make plenty of gluten-free beers. I've got a few in my fridge.
Yeah. David said, I did a Freedom of Information Act request to understand where the fluoride comes from that's in our local water supply. It ends up that it's an industrial waste from the Mosaic Company in Florida. Yep. It is a byproduct of the aluminum and fertilizer industries. Yes. So it costs so much money to get rid of it that they actually have to process it like it's a, it's a hazmat type chemical. But instead, they're like, yeah, we'll just dump some of it in the water supply.
Oh, and then let's, what are we going to do with all this Agent Orange? Oh, let's turn it into a pesticide and spray the corn.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been doing that for 50 years.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So it's
graphene oxide and nanotech found in Coke, Pepsi, and San Pellegrino. What?
I'm like really careful now because like after reading some of the stuff that the Tagetans were putting out, some of the Pleiadians were talking about what's in our food supply. They're saying they're putting like nano dust, like literally computer dust, like computer chips the size of dust inside our food nowadays. And
Keel probably has that for sure.
Every single time I clear somebody, no matter who they are, no matter if they've been doing a detox, no matter how much they've been doing their cleanses, they always have astral parasites in their gut. Always.
Yeah. I always have to clear implants because that also does that. Implants, which is nanotech too.
Yeah, nanotech it's a big thing right now. And you wouldn't think that it's affecting you, but something even that small will be able to send information, is able to cause problems in the body, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Also just turn off any like RNA, like anything that's like in the body that's not original blueprint, or like spike proteins. I turn them all off. I clear them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you dodge
seriously,
people still get them from spike proteins.
And this is why even the organic stuff, unfortunately, isn't always clean either, because there's cross-contamination and all kinds of stuff. So it's just unfortunate how much we have to be so vigilant about these things, but it just is what it is.
But you know what? People need spiritual clearings. You can't ignore spiritual clearings. Like when people say, I have all these problems, I'm like, when was your last spiritual clearing? Oh, I've never had one. Like, please. Get one. I have 2 months.
Spiritual hygiene is just as good as physical. It's just as important as your physical hygiene.
Yeah, it's very important. I have them too because I work on lots of people, so I get at least 2 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just sign up for a session with someone who does healing. I do it. Yeah.
And we both do it. So Bernadette's like, how can I get one? You just need to contact Rachel or I. We both do it.
You can see it on my website.
Amma said she takes activated charcoal daily. That's good. Mm-hmm. I use that in my toothpaste. I have organic toothpaste with activated charcoal in it. That's my favorite.
And you can make intentions. If you're Reiki attuned, if you use some sort of healing modality, you need to just charge your auric field, spend time in the higher dimensions and meditation and things like that. And, that's really what you need to do. But of course,
and one of the big things too about not bringing astral parasites into your home is to make sure that as soon as you leave your job and you get home, you change your clothes immediately. You wash your clothes. You take your shoes off. You don't traipse all that stuff through your house, especially if you work somewhere where there's a lot of things. Like if you work in a hospital, if you work in any kind of
at Whole Foods, like my husband.
If you work with the general public,
if you work for Amazon,
every day when you get home, you should have a ritual about cleansing your space, making sure that all of your stuff is washed properly, making sure that you smudge yourself, making sure that you run some selenite over your body to cut any cords. I mean, you really
can set up spiritual protection too for reoccurring for your car and your house.
Yep,
that's what I do. I teach that in my master teacher. Reiki healing.
David says he works at 5G sites every day. Those 5G sites are known for opening portals. So anytime that you're at any of those sites, we should send David some cloud busters to to put by some organite busters to put by your 5G sites.
Yeah, you should. I hope you do wear some EMF protection. We wear lots of it.
Yeah, I bet you do have to clear yourself every day, David. Without a doubt.
And your kids all go to school where there's 5G towers. So.
And Shungai needs Shungai. He needs a Shungai spacesuit. Chantal says. That's funny. I carry my meteorites and I wear orgonite around me. Go David. See, he knows.
Yeah, I wear a lot of stuff. I mean, actually, I just wear this now, which is like from the EE machine, the
Nice.
EE.
Yeah.
You know what those EE machines? They're like alien tech.
Yeah, you got like a toroidal field around your throat now because
that's what I use. But I put my kid. I give my kid like a Q-Link. Like he's been wearing that for 10 years. In fact, he's going to play like paintball today, and he's like, my necklace. What if he gets paint on it? I'm like, we'll clear it.
She said, what stone should you put? This is shungite. You want to put this by your electronics. It comes
you
in
can get taps
forms.
and things like that too. I use like Q-Link and Altera, all that kind of stuff. I also have shungite. But...
Look at how dusty it makes your hands. See, my hands are getting black just touching it. You get the raw form of shungite that looks kind of like this. And then you get the carved types of shungite that look like that. So either way, both of these work. You place it by your router. You can. I put it on top of.
I have things like this too. So they don't make these anymore, but the EMF. Well, they are not. This is one of the original EMF clears, and I have like 3 different brands on this computer, on my phones, in the house.
Well, I've been putting these around my house.
Yeah, I have stickers.
These actually protect against opening portals too. These little pentagrams. So I have these little pentagrams on all my electronics. Yeah, it does work though. It really does to help keep portals from forming. So if you like put it in a cool little spot, you know, like in the back of your phone, somewhere like that, it will help to keep portals closed in your phones and your electronics. Because unfortunately, that's the most common place.
Yeah, screens. You have to protect your screens with the shields and stuff.
Yeah, hematite is also good for EMF. Yep.
And actually, so is selenite.
Yep, selenite is also good. This is what I know. I have I have a lot next to my Xbox here. I have that on top, the shungite. I have this next to my Xbox, and then I have this next to that to keep it charged.
Well, good.
And so I just put it out, you know, every once in a while, put some sea salt around it to cleanse it. But, you know, you do need to keep your electronics, unfortunately, because I keep finding portals in people's houses in the weirdest spots. I find them in controllers, like TV remotes. You find them inside routers. Whoop.
Yeah.
You find them inside microphones.
Shakti says that someone is telling her she can hang out with anyone if her vibration's high. That's true, but would you want to if you have nothing in common with them? I mean, you know.
Keep in mind that the most powerful frequency is the one that shifts the other frequencies around it. So if you are the dominant high frequency, you raise all the other frequencies around you higher. So
that's right. It's called entrainment. It's like a sound healing principle. It's true. Yeah.
It says, I have both the Flower of Life and Pentagram sticker. Do I still need to cleanse the tech stuff? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You put screens on it. I mean, I just put like Reiki, Angel Fire screens and everything.
Think about it. You're quite literally carrying a black mirror in your pocket all the time. And if you know about black mirrors, they're used for divination work. They're used for all kinds of stuff. So it's one of the reasons why portals open so quickly. But there's a whole lot of other reasons because the energy flow. Another common place for portals is closets too. And I was like, why are so many portals in closets? It's the clutter because everything holds energy. And if you have a whole bunch of stuff that's holding energy, you know, thrown into a big pile together, all of that is going to keep that energy flowing and moving. And eventually it will open portals. Yeah. You reading that comment, are you?
Wow. I mean, it's up to you if you want to mess with that stuff. I wouldn't even. One time, my friend and I, years ago, before it was common knowledge, we found out about the whole Hollywood cult, and we did a deep dive on it, and then we were attacked relentlessly, just diving into that fear. You know, we had to stop and just be like, you know what? That's the 3D. The 3D world's fucked up. It has all kinds of crazy shit. We get deep into that, you know, that fear keeps your vibration low.
It does.
You know, we have power in our sovereignty and we can raise our vibration above all these things. And we can be empowered to learn how to release portals and things, you know, if they come up, and then it doesn't have to be fearful. Yeah.
We've been doing some experimentation through self-clearing, and my friend Katie and I were doing some experimenting just this morning because I woke up with a little beastie on me. I must have gotten me while I was astral traveling last night. I have those little gargoyle type bastards on me, and so
gargoyles. There's good
yeah.
gargoyles.
Well, sorry, I just called little ones. I guess is the best way. They're like gremlins more than gargoyles.
There's good gremlins too.
There's good everything. I know, even the Lizzie.
In the Fae world, yeah.
In the Fae world, but they are very opportunistic, and they do like to cause a lot of problems and pain. And
they're just little shapeshifters. They look like octopus or
they look like all kinds of things.
Yeah.
But one of these little guys I had on me this morning, and she says, "All right, well, instead of calling in your team, why don't you call Source? Call in Source Energy, and ask Source to clear you." And I was like, "Okay," and I did, and it worked.
I was trans-channeling Jesus yesterday, and he was talking about that. We were asking him about healing.
Really?
Yeah, and he was Yeshua, and he was talking about that well, I have been doing a series of trans-channeling Reiki grandmasters and people who are related to Reiki. So I trans-channel Yeshua, and he was saying that that Reiki in itself, it's like it's different parts of the big way that everyone channels healing, which is source energy. It's like, a lot of people will say, especially in the Christian world, of course, what we're doing is horrible because we're not, talking straight to God, or we don't know the difference. But all of these beings are just they're our connection to source energy or universal energy, however you want to think about it.
Everything is source, technically.
Yeah, it is. We're all source, everything.
This is one of the things that confuses people all the time, too, because it's like about the NPC thing, because they say, well, obviously NPCs can't be NPCs if they're source. And it's like, well, it depends on the level of source and how it all works.
Matrix.
The Matrix is the source, too, technically, because everything in existence is source. So even things that we create are technically sourced through us. So if we create a demon, for example, that is also source because it was created through a being that has, source energy. So everything is source.
Well, it makes sense. We're here to experience all this duality. So everything is here for a reason. Even when you have an attachment or something on you, there's a reason. And if you find out what that is, then you can stop that reason. If it keeps coming back, it might, if you don't know why it happens. So it's important to find out why. And we create all that stuff, and it's created for us in the Matrix for us to experience this. We all came here to be like, ooh, we're going to be on Earth when it flips over to 5D, and we're going to experience all the crazy shit.
It's a common thing, though, that people think, oh, once we're in 5D, everything's going to be easier. Everything's going to be all hunky-dory. We'll just get to celebrate and dance, and it's going to be like that scene at the end of Star Wars where everybody is just
well, I think that it'll be much easier without the fourth dimension.
No, it's not going to work that way. There's still drama in 5D. There's still fighting and wars and all that stuff. It's a higher level. There's less of it, and there's more, but there's...
I don't see that at all. That's really interesting that you see that.
They're in 5D right now. If you think about it, because they're not in Earth's atmosphere, they are outside of our 3D bubble, and they still deal with these things all the time. They still deal with attacks. They still deal with ETs, because the thing is, 3D is an artificial 3D matrix. It wasn't actually a natural thing. So this is the thing that makes it even more confusing, is that it wasn't technically a plan from source itself, because it's free will. We all have free will. So things kind of get changed here and there. There's all kinds of different timelines that we could be tuning into. So I imagine there's some timelines that are more peaceful than others.
There's so many timelines. A lot of the 3D timelines, they show me collapse as we go towards ascension. And there's a whole thing about that Project Looking Glass.
Yes, Project Looking Glass.
Yeah.
It's a real Stargate program.
Yeah, where they're we're trying to figure out how to stop ascension.
It's not going to work.
But it doesn't work, yeah.
No, it's not going to work at all. But we have had some wonderful new developments you've been busy too, eh?
Oh my gosh. Yes. I have a new show. It's on Ethereal TV, which is like a new network, but it's just in its first rollout. So right now it's on their website, etherealtv.net, and it's basically just 24 hours metaphysical or health related. Like I think there's some yoga and cooking shows and things like that. Mm. And my show is called Higher Realm Activations with Rachel Chamness.
Realm Activations. I'm going to share the link for that.
Thank you. And yeah, it's very exciting. I'm so excited about it. I've been making the videos. I have 4 up. There's one for every week, but right now they're just testing the first 1,000 viewers. Excuse me. So the first 1,000 viewers get $4 off a month if you sign up. And I actually have a special for that. So if anybody signs up for a whole year of Ethereal TV and then subscribes to my channel, I'll give you an $88 session, which is my emergency session, 10-minute emergency session on Voxer app. So
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's what I'm doing right now.
The link, guys. So is it like Gaia, Jennifer asks?
Yeah, it is. So, but it's it's a slower rollout. So it's going to take a little time before it's on your TV, but it will be an app. Yeah, they're fixing it all out. That's what I mean. Thank you, David. It's really fun. I like trans channel a being. First I do a clearing, and then I with a being, and then I do the trans channel. They talk about themselves, they talk about ascension, and then they give you an activation to something. So like when I brought Alpar Biam on, which I'm sure you guys remember is my blue avian, he attuned everyone to a 5th dimensional blue earth grid, which is a little bit different than the 5D grid. So of course the first few ones are a little bit more in the beginner realm, and then they're, as usual, they're ratcheting up to, I love to do things that are really advanced, but I like to kind of give a few things for beginners in the beginning. So I've recorded 6 episodes because there's 4 a month or 5. And, but the third one I've done twice and I have to do again this afternoon. It's Saint Germain and the violet flame and white flame. For some reason, I've had to do it the third time. And I think I finally figured out what was missing is Lady Portia, because I just keep picking her card over and over. And she's also violet flame. So I think it's something about her. So I just have to bring her in
with the masculine a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice. We've seen that a lot lately. That's been a common theme. That it's like as we rise, they need to keep the balance. So
that's what Jesus said yesterday when I channeled him.
Really?
Yeah, because one of the questions from the audience was, do you work with anyone? And he was saying that all the ascended masters, angels, blood kind of work. They work with source energy in their own healing, flavor, like we all do. But that, of course, in the duality of earth, you always need to bring in the divine feminine. So, of course, his healing on earth has more of a divine masculine. So you need the divine feminine and work them together, which, of course, we all know that. But it was kind of cool hearing him say that.
Maura asked, do either of you do work with soul retrieval and experiences with pieces lost in other dimensions? Yes, we both do.
Yes, yeah, in every session. And I teach it. Of course, I teach it.
You want to explain a little bit for those who are just learning what soul retrieval is?
Yeah, sure. Where you've left pieces of yourself or people have taken pieces of yourself. Yeah. So, from someone who's taken from you, or where you have left things undone. Or other, it could be in other dimensions, could be in past lives. And, we are in time, but our souls are not. So parallel lives, past lives, it's a muddy mix outside of the 3D alternate lives. So you have to pull them all back and clear them and release anything that you're holding on to that's someone else. So this is like a deeper thing. This is like beyond cord cutting or releasing. It's like, where you're holding things.
We see soul fragmentation. I saw the highest I've ever seen was 60%.
Wow.
Can you imagine what that person must have been feeling? Was 60%
must have felt so lost.
Soul given away to other people, given away or stolen from other people, That's a lot. And then she just felt lost in life, and you know what I mean? And it's like, well, yeah, because all your pieces are spread across the cosmos.
Yeah.
So you quite literally have to put piece yourself back together, literally, figuratively, you know. It's a perfect time to do it, though.
Miriam, you're asking where you can hear the Jesus channeling message. Aren't you in my group? It's on my YouTube page at Soundwaves Heal, but it's also on my Facebook group for channels and healers, 5D Daily. And I'm pretty sure you're in there, so you can watch it. It was on yesterday. I'm live every Thursday.
Wonderful. Let me share that 5D Daily as well.
And I'm live. It's after your show, so not at the same time. It's at 12 Eastern.
There you go. There's the link for
if you guys are channels or mediums or healers or want to be, that's the kind of stuff we do in there.
Well, is there anybody that wants to say hi today and deliver a message for the collective? Since
yeah, I thought I'd bring Alpar, but we could, unless you have
that'd be great. Alpar would be great. Anyone that wants to come by and say hello.
Alpar's like my main, I've been talking to him a lot lately. He's my partner guide for the most part these days.
Alma says, Rachel, can you help me understand accurate information regarding the avians, not just the blue avians, please?
Sure. They call themselves the Kir, is what they tell me, K-I-R, and they are all different. They're different colors. I've seen orangish red ones, white ones, yellow, but not like Big Bird, but not unlike Big Bird.
Big Bird, he says. Oh my God. That just gives me a whole new perspective on Big Bird now.
I know, right? It's disclosure.
Hilarious.
And they are, so he says that they have a planet, but it's in the past, but since they're outside of time, it's still there. But mostly they live in these big cities that are what we would call a ship. And he says things like, we don't really understand the nature of planets, planes, ships, what's outside our Earth, that we don't really understand it. And so he talks about it in ways that we understand, but he also hints that it's totally different than we think. That's what he says. But you can ask him. I can bring him in.
That'd be cool.
Well, Christina, if you want to talk to your guides, that is my freebie that I give. Is like how to talk to your guides, and how it's a free spirit guide masterclass bundle. And it has like meditations to talk to your guides and all about your guides and things like that if you want.
Meditation is your friend to connect.
Yeah, I have lots of meditations in there from my Tag Lightworkers group, including like an Avalon one and things like that.
It's practice. Just, it's like any friendship, really. You just need to talk to them. The more you talk to them, the more they talk back. They will send you messages and songs and synchronicities, and numbers.
Mine helped me build my whole business to be a full-time metaphysical work. They told me to do this, to do that, to do this, to do that. Then suddenly I was like, oh my gosh, I have 2 full businesses. How am I going to get out of the first one? Because I was teaching voice and I had all these wonderful students. And I was like, how am I going to get out of this? And then it was March 2020. And I was like, oh, thank you. This is how I'll get out of it. So I sold my other business.
Christina says, I've been experiencing that for these last 6 months.
Oh,
yes.
Nice.
There's a lot of people that are having a very profound spiritual awakening right now. And it's the perfect time for it, considering everything that's happening and unfolding on Earth right now. So
it is. And they'll give you signs. You can ask for signs. And if you're clear, while you're opening your clairs, which is when I would recommend the whole fluoride clearing.
Yeah, detoxing from fluoride. Lots of cilantro and parsley and spirulina, blue-green algae, that sort of thing. All of that. The more, was it fiber and chlorophyll, I was told once. Fiber and chlorophyll work very well for clearing all that stuff out. So you got to drink plant blood and
Well, I have light language clearing, liquid Reiki sound healing if you want on my page.
Yeah, just sing it all the way,
Just light language numbers and things like that. Yeah. And it also tells you things like that, like what to take and how to clear it out. Yeah. Both.
Yeah. And what was that other stuff? Oh man, I have it here. Where is it?
Zeolite. Yeah, but zeolite.
Zeolite, thank you. That's the one.
If you have anything in your mouth.
Yep. Zeolite.
Leanna's hearing them say words. That's my favorite clair is clairaudience because it's so clear. You don't have to translate it. And they're just like, and that's what they use. And they'll be like, blah, 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 blah. They'll just tell me, oh, she has a blah, blah, blah. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary, totally. Get rid of all the world leaders that would get it sorted.
Yeah, that would. Why did I think of that?
I was talking about wars with
off the planet, shall we? We'll send them to Mars. They can have their little Martian colony.
Okay. Alparabium is a blue avian. Who's my friend and my partner guide.
She's calling in her blue avian.
Yeah, I'm going to call him in. We'll see.
So if you got any questions for a blue avian, get ready.
And this one is blue. He's blue. Yes, I am here. Hello.
Hello, Alpine. Nice to see you. How are you today?
Nice to see you.
Do you have a message for the collective?
The world is changing. It's true. But it is a bright and beautiful world as well. As the veil gets thinner, you will see a lot more of what it is that you're looking for. And of course, I mean that in two ways. So, whatever you are looking for, you will start to see more of. So be sure to be looking for your guides and your higher dimensional helpers and dimensions that can help you walk your path towards where you are supposed to go or what you have placed in front of you to do in this lifetime.
Beautiful. Thank you. Is there anything that we can do to embrace this solstice energy coming in today?
Of course, spending time outside is always the answer. And though there are many poisons in your atmosphere, spending time outside will still help you absorb the light codes from your true sun. And you shouldn't let the idea of all the chemicals and all the poisons keep you from fresh air, because the fresh air itself helps you release these chemicals. And it is worth it to help you receive your upgrades, which come through at times like this. Very important. Go for a walk today.
Yes, thank you for that advice. Much appreciated. These light codes that are coming in, is this 5D frequency light codes?
These are 6-dimensional.
Really?
They will be building you more. There are many who are already awake and needing to build to and connect to higher dimensional grids and help open up your chakras to reach these higher dimensions. And so there are many 6-dimensional codes coming in at this time. If you haven't received enough 5th-dimensional codes, they will also help you in that way. And the 6-dimensional codes can lay quite dormant until you are ready to use them. And of course, your dimensionality is always in a state of spiritual work. However you do that in your meditation or activation or contemplation or healing energy or trance channeling or trance, or however it is that you work with spirit, this is where you are reaching these higher dimensional frequencies for your soul and soon your body to follow.
Wonderful. Thank you. Is there anything else that we can do to help with this time other than maybe grounding and spending time outside? Is there anything that we could take or meditate on?
It is most important at this time to build the light in your light body. So really connecting with these higher dimensional frequency emotions as well. More joy. What brings you joy? And how much time do you spend in that joy a day? For many of you, your life or work is very stressful. And so you must, if you are in a stressful period of work or even of home life, you must take breaks to release, ground, and find ways to expand your light. Because this is the time that you build your light body. And as you build your light body, you will see through the veil more. It will fall away for you. And that does not need to be a scary thing, for you have more good around you than bad. And it's important that you know that and see that.
Yes, I feel we are being very well supported by people like yourself. So thank you so much for everything you are doing for us.
Thank you. We are here to help. And we do wish to help, like all of the Ascension Guides. And every one of you has someone to help you through this time. And you should connect with them.
Thank you. We appreciate the reminder, and we will do so. Is there anything else you would like us to know for this time?
Do you have any specific question?
At the moment, my mind is coming up blank. I believe that we're all just kind of learning how to evolve and expand our consciousness right now and how to cleanse the past. So if there's any tips on that, that'd be great.
It is so simple, yet difficult to put into play in the 3D world. This time for yourself, this time to put away all devices, to sit hopefully in nature or outside, to bring in your helpers, to bring in your guides, to bring in your own information, to ground, to stand in your own truth, discernment, sovereignty. It is important to work on your toxin load by working on what you eat, and most important, what you surround yourself emotionally and vibrationally with, and what your thoughts are. Your thoughts are your food. Everything within gets magnified without. Do you spend more time in anxiety, in fear, in worries? Or do you spend more time in faith, in knowing that the universe and your guides are guiding you, that you are well on your path, that you are following your way, and that everything that you do and that you think and that you surround yourself with brings more of it. And so maybe you find it silly, but gratitude is huge. The more that you are grateful for anything that you have or anything that you like, the more that the universe can give you more of that. The law of attraction is one of the basic laws to learn about as a human. This is one of the more basic laws that I see that many struggle with, especially as all generations now have so much trauma to release. So working on that trauma to release it, you can't vibration it away. You must also face it, accept it, release it, love it, and know that it's part of your path. And then you can help minimize those fears, anxieties, those worries. And sometimes you may need help of another person to highlight them for you, to help you in ways you haven't thought of. Spiritual counsel is always recommended.
Thank you. Wonderfully stated. Could you be able to give us a little insight into the difference between the blue avians and the others?
The other Kier?
Yes, the other Kier.
Yes, we have some who are more operational on our plane, on our planet. These include the ones that are reddish orange that Rachel has talked about, and yellow. There are different, they have different abilities. The blue avians travel more, and we also have white avians, which are higher vibrational. The yellow are more spiritually driven, like you might think of monks. And our reddish are they're more prolific. I can't find the word here. There are more of them, but they are not as many in traveling. So most people see avians as blue because we travel more. It is the majority that are together. So we're majority in the ships, as you call them, are blue.
Okay.
But we're not that different, except we may have different paths or things that we do. So here in the place that I'm in, the ship, as you might call it, or the plane, we have many, many avians, mostly blue, and we all have someone on Earth that we connect to work with. And we have non-avians on our ship as well. So we are a collective of beings who are here to help those who wish to have help for ascension. And all of you have someone like that. It doesn't have to be us. It can be other types of beings. Of course, this is what many call their starseed helpers. Who is helping you in this time? Who's helping you connect to your past and your other places that you've lived, and your other family, your soul families? That is what we do. You can call us ascension helpers if you wish.
Wonderful. We are very grateful for your help. Thank you.
Thank you.
Someone wanted to know if Thoth is actually an avian.
Yes.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
And does he still exist?
A carnation.
I was going to say.
Yeah, but now more of a classification that you would call deity.
I see. Okay, so more of an ascended type?
Yes. So avians, we are an ET. We are, as you would call us, we are in an incarnation. Thoth is outside of incarnation at this time.
Okay.
More in spirit.
I see. That makes sense. Are birds here on Earth connected to the avians?
Yes. Yes, they are. They are our messengers. Those of you who are close to us, you will experience many birds. Many birds all the time.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. And so are we able then to connect with the avians then through meditation? And so if we set our intention at this, we'd be able to connect, yes?
Yes, you should be able to.
Wonderful. I imagine there's going to be people trying now. So thank you very much for that.
It's wonderful. Great. We are happy to help.
Thank you very much, Alpar, for your help today and for all the help we're getting in the future. Deeply grateful.
Thank you.
We will speak to you again sometime soon. He was already like, peace, I'm out.
I was just thinking, usually when he comes for the birds are go crazy outside my door, but there's someone mowing the lawn, of course. That's the biggest truth about being an entrepreneur. That there'll always be someone doing yard work or something else as soon as you go live, right?
That really was. I reiterate that as well, Ariana. That was beautiful, Rachel. Thank you so much.
Sure, that was really interesting. I never asked him that question before about the difference in the avians.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I like how he said the yellow ones are like monks. You know, you get like.
I'm glad you reminded me that.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And then the yellow one, I mean, the red, orange ones, I've talked to a couple of them, and they have seemed more like a feminine energy.
Yeah.
Then I don't know, but I mean, I've only really talked to 2 blue avians, and they were both had male energy, but they're probably above that. Thank you, Big Bird. Right.
I love it. And thank you for asking that question, Ariana. That was a good one about Thoth. Yeah, Thoth.
Yeah.
He wasn't incarnated at this moment.
So that's like the biggest question that I've been trying to get more information about. Like, what's the difference? You know, like, what's the difference? And some are beyond the veil, and some are incarnate.
They don't currently have an incarnation at this linear point in history. So if you look at it in the linear sense.
Yeah, we kind of have to. They have to kind of play by those rules.
Yeah, because it does get more confusing. I mean, we did kind of invent time and it doesn't exist, but there's still things that have been technically considered past and present and future.
It is confusing. And it's not true, actually. Now that I think about it, I mean, those are the only. I did talk to more blue care like a long, long time ago, actually. But I have talked with this reddish one before, and she was on the planet, but the planet doesn't exist anymore. But she's still around. Like it's.
Well, I love how she explained, like that Elpar explained about the deities too, because it's like you start as like an ET or an incarnate being, but then you start evolving beyond that. And so Thoth is an avian, but like an ascended avian that has become more of a deity, which means obviously they raise their vibration, they absorb more knowledge and experience, and then they have more abilities. So it makes you wonder, like, what would even be considered a deity then? Because we put so many different connotations on the word God that it's kind of, like, I really do feel like back in the day, like when Earth, especially right after the Tiamat collapse and all of that water came here and all of these chaos happened, I feel like there were so many different powerful ETs that were gifted their own version of humans. They're like, because we've been changed. There's so many different types of humans that don't exist off world. So it's almost like they were like, all right, you guys take the Japanese people. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, I was trying to figure that out.
You guys go to Africa and raise these tribes. You guys go to Russia and raise these tribes.
Well, we are experiments. So they just made all different kinds of us.
They did. You know?
And I mean, that's why we have so many mutations.
Yeah.
Like cats don't have as many mutations as humans. Like we have a ton because we're made in a lab. And, all these gods are usually, they're just ETs, that people thought were gods.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then they sometimes show me like, of course our higher soul, like that we have this soul, these different kind of soul group than what we normally think about. And that is that, like if you have on your team, like Archangel Michael or, this deity or whatever, like you have experienced those lives too. Like that's all part of your soul. So, you have that experience, whether you are that angel or not in another incarnation is unclear. It seems like it's kind of like if you do a past life regression and it's not always your past life, it's like part of this like group.
The Tegetans were talking about dimensional mirrors as well. So it's kind of like you create your own twin flame where you split your consciousness. So for example, there's a lot of Pleiadians up there right now on the ship that have an incarnation here on Earth at this time too. So it's like they decided to be in both places at the same time.
Yeah.
And they have the same higher self, but it's a
It's
different
weird, right?
spark of consciousness from the same higher self that's chosen to be both on the ship and down here, because they're bouncing back and forth. You know what I mean? Like one is helping the other and vice versa.
Yeah, you can even like channel someone's higher self like while they're alive, as if it's the same as if they're dead. It's very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And nothing, if you think about it though, nobody ever truly dies. Your consciousness just shifts to another perspective.
Love it.
So you're constantly just shifting perspective from body to body to body, whether or not it's a light body or an astral body, you know, or a physical body.
Yeah.
Gary had a good question. Gary said, can you be fooled by a bad alien if there is one? It happens all the time, Gary.
Bad spirits.
Yeah.
You have to learn, you really have to learn a deep understanding of discernment, which is actually very hard to teach, but I've been working on it for years, so I have a pretty good grasp on it now. Because, you know, I feel like it's irresponsible to teach people advanced trance channeling and dimensional healing and not teach them a way to understand discernment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saul asked, is that the idea of parallel souls? Well, technically all lifetimes are parallel lives. They're not really past lives or future lives. Yeah. All timelines are happening now. So every incarnation you've ever had or ever will have is happening simultaneously. Yeah. So, yeah, it does get more confusing when you start discussing the quantum nature of reality. But yeah, everything is a parallel to itself. We are all parallels, technically. You know, we're all disassociated sub-personalities of God, source, whatever you want to call it, prime creator.
Yeah.
So essentially, yeah, we are all just parallel souls, really.
That's true. I think I'm on Astera tonight. Let me see.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Is that tonight or is that next week? Yeah, it's tonight. I have a galactic spirit circle.
Let's see. What did I miss?
For those of you who are in the paying Astera, I'll be trans channeling galactic spirit guides tonight. Perfect. You'll have to be in, like, it's more webinar, so you'll have to be on the YouTube link.
Yes, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Galactic Spirit Circle with Rachel Chamness. Thank you so much for everything you do for the community. I love the mediumship circles you've been running as well. It's just
thanks. Next month I'm doing your guardian angel, but now I'm totally doing the ascension guide. I was like, ooh, write that down when I heard him say that. Nice. Your ascension guide.
And then today,
guide, that's in the archives. Joy guide, that's in the archives.
Yeah. So, and today at 12:15, we also have the Soul Aligned Yoga Nidra with Tara Franklin at 12:15 today. So make sure that you guys don't miss that either on Astara. And that will be on the free side.
Oh, cool.
And then Monday, I will be doing a community mentorship. So a lot of you guys have been messaging me about basically doing like a spiritual mentorship kind of thing. I've been doing one-on-one mentorships with people, but I'm actually going to do a community one too. So that way we can all meet up on Zoom. And if there's any questions, anything that you guys want to discuss that you're going through, we can all have a chat about that on Monday together. So it gives more of an opportunity for us to hang out and answer some of the questions and help you guys going through. Because a lot of people are going through some difficult spiritual awakening stuff.
It's very hard right now. It's very dense.
Mm-hmm.
I can do a healing for that if you want.
I would love that. I'm sure everybody else would. Would you guys like to receive a healing?
That help us with the healing of this heart of ascension. It's kind of awful.
It's not. We're like in the goo phase, you know?
Yeah.
The butterfly.
The goo phase of the photo is so perfect. Alpar's like, tries to make it sound like it's so easy. I'm like, yeah, spend 5 minutes here.
Well, easy for you, Mr. Ascended Being, but we're still, you know, we're still working on our humanness.
Totally. Okay. I'll let Alpar run it. Let's see. Yeah, for helping us with this stage of ascension. So, Haya to kushu kurigisi alaya to risi amanaki alaya so alaya to yamacho tikasi ashana isaya to ikaya matakarkoso to haya na siya kuyo haya na yamashori yasabiki hui kukuya na so ya no kuriati Hayana koyana siyaro. Hayana karagaya sotukuti siyamananoyo. Yakuridi alaye. Hayanayo. Yabatadidididi. Hadi kutukushkanensiya tutakaisik chutunisiya kurkariskaraksiya mutukutisiya shtoraya pedalaya mutukurisiya digelshtorya. Haya kurkukisiya matisiya mutututusit chakaikiswarashaniya putukurisiya shokarkikatkiya. I couldn't get him to stop.
Light language it is kind of bird-like.
I know. Sometimes it gets really birdy. It cracks me up.
Love that. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Sure. I always believe in the healing.
I'm just going to show you. This is the one link I haven't shared yet, so I'm going to share this one as well. This is Rachel's free spirit guide masterclass bundle. So you can go on to learnsoundwavesheal.com and check out. So if you guys want to connect with your spirit team, get practicing with your channeling, get deeper into your meditation, there's all kinds of wonderful goodies on there. Yeah. Rachel says we've got such a whole huge library full of wonderful educational stuff. So thank you, Rachel.
Sure. Wonderful. Always fun. It's fun to see all the questions.
We've been about an hour. If there's any questions, I don't mind sticking around for a few more minutes. Anybody have any questions about the avians or anything for Rachel? It's just been such an exciting time recently. And, with all of these higher beings coming in, I feel it's going to get even more exciting.
I think so.
Things are ramping up like crazy.
They keep saying that so much will happen this year.
Yeah.
To separate us from the 3D timeline. I'm all for that because 3D timelines sucks.
It really does. I'm so sick of it.
I'm over it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely over the 3D realm. Jessica's got a cute question. If mushrooms pop up around your home, is that them trying to communicate?
Faye, yes. Yeah. Can be, yeah. Definitely. There's, mushroom spirits. There's nature spirits. It's like a category of Fae spirits where they're like the spirit of the mushroom, spirit of the blade of grass, or like little dandelions, little tiny flowers. If you have my deck, Elemental Magic and Manifestation, there's a daisy fairy on there, and there it talks about nature spirits in that. So you can find my deck on Amazon or my website. If you want to learn about Fae, it has like a little book. Can you see it? It's back there.
Bradley bought your tarot cards in the book to the Colorado retreat. So we were all playing with your deck. Yeah, Bradley bought your deck, and I've been meaning to buy it. I just keep forgetting. So I'm actually going to buy it today now that I'm reminding myself. But yeah, Bradley brought your deck, and it was just we were having so much fun.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
He was doing great readings with it too. Like everything was resonating. We were so proud of Bradley. So he was very proud of his first deck, and it was your deck is his first deck.
Oh, that's so exciting. It's a perfect first deck because it's very clear. I channeled it from the Fae, and it's very, very clear. But it's also an advanced deck because, well, first of all, you can use it as a clarifying deck if you have a confusing deck, and also because all these beings want to be channeled, and they will let you channel them. So that's what I used first in the first several mediumship circles that I did it for Astara.
Yeah, I remember.
Astara.
Yeah.
Oh, Leanne has a mushroom fairy ring. Oh, that appears in her. That's nice.
That's beautiful. Never step inside those, though. If you can help it.
Just leave crystals and say thank you.
Peter asked, what is the topic of this live? We were just discussing elementals and all kinds of wonderful, exciting new events that are going to be happening in the future. So just make sure that you refresh and you can watch the replay because it's been an exciting conversation. So much happening right now. It's hard to fit it all into 1 hour.
I just had to, oh my gosh. And I've been trying not to work too much, which is like hard when I have to make 52 30-minute videos for Ethereal TV. So I didn't send any emails for a while. And then I had to send one. It was like, here's 100 things that I'm doing, including, I have a book. My book's coming out, The Beings. I'm just one of the channels in the book. And my chapter, of course, is on meeting blue avians. And it's called The Beings, which, yeah, I don't have a link for that.
So busy.
It's called The Beings. It's a near-death institute, and you can find it on Amazon. You can pre-order it, or just follow my newsletter, and you'll eventually hear about it again.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happening. The Ethereal TV is pretty exciting because it's run by a really big company. I think it's called Worldwide Entertainment. It's the company that does product placement in movies. So. And in Disney movies and all that stuff. So Hollywood, I know, but still, they just do the product placement for big companies. And so there's a lot of products that I'll get to, like I'll have a lot more help with putting out more cards and books and things like that. And so it's very exciting. I'm happy about it.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
How lucky are we?
I know, fun. I want to make lots of cards. I have so many.
So make sure that you guys join Rachel tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern on Astara. She's going to be teaching you guys all kinds of wonderful tricks. So don't miss it.
I'll be trans-channeling for you guys. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Cool.
Personal.
Well, thank you so much. And to all of you, make sure that you have like Alpar said, make sure that you're getting outside. Make sure that you're grounding, absorbing all those light codes from the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get ready. There's all kinds of energies coming through.
There are. And you can still get those sun codes no matter what's in front of the sun or anything like that.
I'm going to go out and get me some light codes now. I'm going to go swimming. So thank you so much for your time, Rachel. And thank you, everybody that joined us. Make sure that you get lots of time out in nature this weekend. And I will see you all on Monday.
Bye, everybody.
Love you guys. See you soon. Take care. Bye.